Good afternoon, everybody. It's July 15, 2024. I want to follow up with a Q&A. It was a question that was posed on Quora. Oh, and look, my phone is like vibrating up and down again. Criminals have been very active. Even though I gave that cease and desist soliloquy on my channel, it doesn't matter. The criminals, the same day, they broke the door handle on my front security door here. And then they went into my cat's building, the nonprofit. And they have a 2-year-old little CD recorder. And I play them music to calm them down and stuff, from all the bangs to the metal roof. Well, they broke it. CDs don't play there anymore. And the speakers that are on the side, they were crushed. It just baffles the mind. I mean, I'll have to maybe post a photo to show you exactly what they did, these damn criminals. And of course, they keep bleaching or chemicalizing my clothing. So, we're all curious about how these criminals get paid. Now, this is a question from 3 years ago. Who pays the gang stalkers? So this is a response. I don't know if it's true, but it makes a lot of sense to me. It depends on who is gang stalking you. A, if you broke free of a religious or spiritual community, they're stalking you for your heretical ways, quote unquote. 500 years ago, they burnt women alive who they suspected were heretics and witches. The same psychology is at work now that was at work back then. The heretic must be punished, and they love to do it for free. All religions, whether mainstream or cultic, have this element. In Pakistan, they stalk and lynch members of religious minorities. In the United States, the Church of Scientology or even some Christian cults do the same thing. This is well known and documented. B, if you are being subjected to harassment and gang stalking by operatives working on behalf of important figures of power in your local or national government, that is called, quote unquote, extrajudicial punishment. Examples of such actions are the COINTELPRO operations of the FBI and the Zersetzung methods of the Stasi, which serve as the instruction manual for the gang stalkers. Well, then your gang stalkers are on a federal payroll. Some people claim that the Masonic lodges also serve as recruitment pools for people that engage in such behavior. And we've got 3 of such creature organization lodges in my neighborhood. We have proven historical records of this being done in failed nation states such as the GDR. But we also have proof from the newer history of the Western nations for COINTELPRO. C, anyone who has a grudge against you can recruit their close friends to do the same. Reading the Stasi manual on Zersetzung, it becomes readily apparent that it requires minimal effort to achieve great efforts. Since this is all easily found on the internet, it means anyone who knows what to Google can pull off these techniques on you. And since they're friends, they will all do it for free. It's a brave new world we're living in. Now, this was a question and a response from 3 years ago. Now, let's see what the other responses are here. One person a year ago says their Democrat agents control churches. If you want freedom, join Team Trump. Again, this is from a year ago. There's some liminal gaslighting. They're telepathic hybrid humans. Hypnosis, illusion, delusion, magic, warlocks, wizard, witches, soothsayers, fortune tellers, crystal balls. And then somebody else writes, I join Team Trump. The gang stalkers will pay 100 times more for what they do. There's another comment. In funded by a fake group called the Feed Foundation, I found a ton of odd phone numbers in a member of my family's phone, and I started looking them up. Almost all of them were members of this group, and I looked at a few links below, and it usually gives a weird name and a number linked to, and when you click on it, it brings up a web page full of fake names, but the numbers can be linked to real people. This member of my family is furious that I found these links, and he's been an asshole ever since. Yep, that's it. The question is how to stop it, and what is the end game? Another person writes, the book of Revelation is being revealed whether people like it or not. This is the way it's going to be. They're all Christians. Remarkable that any person or institution would base any of their efforts on GDR Stasi program of neighbors spying and reporting on neighbors. Many people died trying to escape the GDR. It was a classic example of an economically and socially bankrupt state whose policies failed their citizens. So I thought that was really interesting. Now, I know to be true that the Department of Justice funds the Citizens on Patrol program. What they do is they fund the state, and the state trickles it down to communities. So those are your local community watch groups and stuff. So that goes back to the Department of Justice. And again, they apply for funds and grants. And sometimes the grants that they apply for, it's very ambiguous. The wording can be very ambiguous. And let's say it's funneled into towns, and the towns may be utilizing for things other than what it's intended. I mean, that's just a fact. That happens in every town, right? So the question was, going back to the question was, who pays the gang stalkers? So it depends on who's gang stalking you. If you broke free from a religious group, they're seeking revenge on you. If you're being subjected to harassment and gang stalking by operatives working on behalf of figures of power in your local or national government, that's called extrajudicial punishment. COINTELPRO, the FBI's, that's absolutely happening to me. And then, of course, anyone who has a grudge against you can recruit their close friends to do the same. And, what they can do is they could be a copycat, right? So your stalking could be part of the federal program. It could be part of something else. It could be an ex-boyfriend. It could be an ex-girlfriend. And on top of that, it could be somebody who has a grudge that can recruit their close friends. And some of their friends will do it for free. And then, of course, some people in power will just pay somebody. I mean, this happens all the time when very wealthy people get divorced. Usually one or both of the spouses is hiring a private detective to get dirt on their spouse during the divorce process. But also during this time, they can pay somebody to do some more horrific things, So I look forward to your questions and comments. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Who pays gang stalkers? How do they get paid? Who pays them? If you know any other information, because again, this is 3 years ago, things might have changed. I would like to know, who do you believe is paying these people? How does it trickle down into the communities? How are they getting paid? We've heard that they're paid through gift cards, Bitcoin. They're bought new vehicles, or they get new vehicles that are rented to them free of charge. Sometimes they'll pay their mortgage. They'll buy them appliances like they did in Manalapan, New Jersey. Everybody seems to get a new stove or dishwasher. So I look forward to your comments down below. This is Lorraine signing off for now.